teacher Shelly, and today we are going to discuss the modal verbs of permission. Okay, so for module 1, we have the modal verbs of permission. Let's start. Doing something, meeting someone, or being somewhere for the first time could awaken your curiosity. It could make you feel excited or nervous. As a newbie, your adjustment period will be easier with the help of a pro who may be your friend, teacher, relative, neighbor, or parent. On the other hand, your warm welcome as a stranger in a certain community or organization will depend on how friendly and polite you are in interacting with other people. Politeness can be shown firstly with actions. For example, smiling, shaking hand, and arriving on time on an appointment. Secondly, with words or speech such as please and thank you. Okay, so one of the common communication situations wherein being polite is very important is asking for and giving permission. When performing either of these communicative acts, the person requesting can say, "I'm asking for your permission to leave the room," while the receiver of the request might answer, "I'm giving you permission to leave the room." Of course, there are other ways of asking and giving permission besides using the verbs asking and giving. To vary the sentence structures, you might try using the modal verbs to show you that you value and respect the person for whom you are asking or to whom you are giving a favor. Welcome to the first segment of communicative language input for mastering the basics. Climbed for short. Climbed up from where you are as you open yourself up to an opportunity to learn the modals of permission. To help you navigate the lessons, look at the flowchart below. From the diagram, it can be inferred that your journey to learning should end with you answering a big yes to the following questions. First question: have I recognized distinct characteristics of modals? Question number 2: have I used the modals appropriate to given social contexts? Yes, you can surely do it with confidence. Follow along with the content and activities of today's lesson with 100% commitment. Let us now start with what you should know. Okay, so what do you think is the definition of modals? Any answer? Okay, so first let us define what are modals. They act as an auxiliary verb in verb phrases. For example, you can go for a walk and enjoy the scenery. Second, they do not take inflections to show agreement or tense. Example, you can play, he can ride your bike. That is, the form does not vary. For example, he can't ride your bike, he can't ride your bike. So for the third definition of modals, they precede the negative particle in non-negation. Example, you cannot throw your garbage, I cannot go. That is for the third definition and example. For the fourth definition of modals, they precede the subject in yes-no questions. Example, can you take your dog for a walk? Okay, let's proceed to our fifth definition. They take a bare infinitive as the main verb in the verb phrase, except with used and oath. You can practice your tense presentation. Not, you cannot practice your tense presentation. And for the sixth definition of modals, they have abnormal reference. Well, there are such things as historical past tense and present tense form of modals like the ones below. Their usage is not clear-cut. Historical present tense and historical past tense. Let us first move to historical present tense, like can, will, may, and shall. And for the historical past tense, we have could, would, might, should, and must. In some cases, so-called present tense modals refer to past time. Example, Jim may have been late last night. In many other cases, so-called past tense modals refers to present or future time. So here is an example. That could be Sarah. You should see a doctor. Usually used at time of speaking, the modal verbs of permission do not have time distinction. In reported speech, however, the shift and time reference still applies as in the following sentences. For direct speech, we have Joe, I can go. And for the indirect or reported speech, we have Joe said that he could go. Another, example number 2, for the direct speech. Bill, may I smoke? And the other one, for the reported or indirect speech, we have Bill asked if he might smoke. Next is, why use modals? One of the reasons why modals are used is to perform various social functions, such as expressing politeness or indirectness when making requesters granting permission. Let's read the following sentences. Sentence number 1. May I leave the room now? Sentence number 2. Might I leave the room now? Sentence number 3. Can I leave the room now? And for sentence number 4, could I leave the room now? Maybe you have already noticed that both the historical present and past form can be used in making requests for permission. On the contrary, in responding to requests, only the historical present tense are likely to be used. For example, can I leave the room now? It can be answered by, yes, you can. No, you can't. Another, could I leave the room now? Yes, you can. No, you can't. Third, may I leave the room now? Yes, you may. No, you may not. And for the fourth one, might I leave the room now? Yes, you may. No, you may not. Between can and could, or may and might, the historical past form are considered more polite and less presumptuous. Well, there are many situations where there is a lack of clearly defined authority, and can tends to be much more widely used than may and is often perceived as politer than may. We can arrange the models of permission to a continuum for a more concrete representation of the degree of politeness. It looks like this. with can representing the informal register and might representing the extremely formal register. Choosing which of these four to use demands from the speaker consideration of two things. Okay, so the first thing that you should consider is the relation between the speaker and the addressee. Who has the higher status? Who has more authority? Second, the speaking situation, formal or informal. Let's read the following conversation transcripts and describe the context of the modal used. For case 1, excuse me, may I come in, sir? Yes, you may. Why are you late? I missed my bus, sir. The first case is a conversation between a student and a teacher in their classroom. The student used may to sound politer to his or her teacher, who has an authority over him or her. For case number 2, can I ask you a question? Sure. Are you my girlfriend now? Yeah, I guess I am. The second case involves two individuals in a courtship, sharing an intimate moment. The use of can by the guy could be that he was already familiar with the girl of his dreams. For case number 3, excuse me, Jerry? I'm Jane with NBC. Hi, could we speak for a few moments? Sure. The third case is a conversation between two people who have not met each other before. Speaker A representing a company would like to introduce a product to Speaker B. As a way to build trust with the customer, Speaker B used the modal could. For case number 4, here is the situation. Do you solemnly swear that your testimony you are about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Now, we are advised that you have a prepared statement that you would prefer to give us at the outset. Yes, sir. Might I first have a glass of water? Of course you may. Noticeably, the answers of the addressee to the requests are short statements, and that for every permission given, there is a corresponding request. In writing, such is not the case. In manuals and policy statements, those things that are allowed or permitted are stated even without the reader asking them. Here are some examples. For example, number 1, food may not be consumed in the library, which is a library policy. 2, visitors may use the swimming pool between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., which is a swimming pool policy. 3rd, students may not use the college car park, which is a parking policy. 4th, you can wear jeans if you want, which is a dress code policy. And for the 5th one, you can use the special requests box when booking, which is a hotel reservation policy.
Let us now apply what you should know. For each given situation, choose the more appropriate modal to use. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Number 1. You are at a committee hearing talking to the Senate President. Mr. President, blank, I ask a follow-up question. Is it A, can, or B, may? Number 2. You are asking a stranger to dance with you. Blank, I dance with you. Is it A, can, B, may? Number 3. You are recommending to a king. Your Majesty, blank, I suggest Malcolm for the position. Is it A, could, B, might? Number 4. You are an employee talking to his or her boss. Blank, I send a report via email. Is it A, can, B, could? Number 5. You are talking to your sibling. Blank, I come in. Is it A, can, B, could? Number 6. You are talking to your mother. Mom, blank, I eat my lunch down by the TV. Is it A, can, B, may? Number 7. You are talking to a friend. Blank, I be of any assistance? Is it A, can, B, could? Number 8. You are talking to a school principal. Blank, we attend our classes now. Is it A, can, B, may? Number 9. You are at a meeting with SSG officers from other schools. Blank, I speak for a few moments. Is it A, can, B, could? And number 10. You are the secretary and you are talking to the mayor. Blank, I see the communication. Is it A, could, B, may? Next, let us now move on with activity number 2. Match the signages in column A with the questions in column B. Then answer the question below each number based on the given signage. Write your answer in the blank. Let us now strengthen your understanding. Grant or refuse the requests in column A based on the infographic above. Write your answer on the space provided, opposite each question. The first question that we have, may I call the health department? And for the second question, can I invite my friends for coffee? Third question, can I check my temperature? Question number 4, can I attend Sunday service? And question number 5, could you help me shop? And for the last activity, read each infographic below and ask permission from a specific person. Write your answer on the space provided.
learning is fun and easy. You just need to listen carefully. And again, thank you for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye.